Okay, let's jump right in. One of the most important things to learn when it comes to playing good rhythm, keeping a good groove in your rhythm, a good tempo, a good feel, is that your strumming hand is the boss, not your fretting hand. And I see this with players all the time, even intermediate players, where there's a little pause between each chord change because they need a little extra time for the chord change. But if you need a little pause, you need to just slow down the tempo so you don't have to pause. So that's why I say the right hand is the boss. It wants to continuously move in an even tempo, a consistent tempo. So here's an example of what not to do. Here's that little pause I'm talking about. Right? So, you watch that again and you'll see there's, it's going even, and then there's a little pause, a little glitch in the right hand. So that means you have to slow the tempo down so you can go. See how the change is even, and my right hand just keeps going, just like a metronome. It's your built-in metronome. It just keeps doing this. Yes, there always are exceptions to this rule, but in general, the right hand just keeps moving up and down, and we decide when we hit the strings and when we don't. That is the basis to play good rhythm. Whether it's a simple rhythm or a very complicated one, that is super, super important. One other thing I hear a lot of complaints about is players saying, I can't hold on to my pick, I keep dropping my pick, or it keeps turning around in my hand and I end up, hitting my fingers on the strings. Totally normal, it happens to me. So right after this, I'm gonna give you some great suggestions to help with that. So check that out and I'll see you at the next lesson. Thank you. All right, here we are at Amazon.com. Here's some suggestions to help you hold on to that pick. These are called monster grips. These are great. They're not cheap though. You only get 16 of these little pads that you stick on your picks for $10. But you can reuse them if you're careful. If you peel them off carefully, I can usually get them to work on maybe 2 or 3 picks if I'm careful with them. But I like these a lot. They're very thin, so they don't affect how the pick feels in your hand, and they help you hold on to the pick pretty well. I like this one a lot too. It's called Pick Honey. It's this resin. It's kind of goopy and sticky, and you just put the tiniest amount on your thumb and your first finger, and boy, it really makes the pick stick to your fingers. The only complaint I have is that it can get on everything, so be really careful. Be really, really conservative with it. Just use the tiniest little bit. And if you do a lot of strumming and also go and do some fingerstyle playing, you might not like it because it stays sticky on your fingers, and when you go to do your finger picking, it'll feel sticky on the strings. So just something to think about, but this stuff works really well. And finally, there's these Mojo Grip Pick World pick holder things. You just basically slide your pick right into that. It's just a rubber grip. I don't love these myself. A lot of people like them though. They really do help you hold on to the pick. It really does change the way the pick feels in your hand because this rubber part is kind of thick, but another way to get a much better grip on your pick. So try one of these. I'm sure it'll help you out a lot. All right, see you at the next lesson.